Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited I could hardly contain myself. When you find something that someone else shares and you love those tips or tricks so much that you can't contain yourself, you've got to make a video and share it with everybody. That's how I felt about this hot mess that I have with my ribbon. And someone, my dear friend, Julie Baca, shared, who learned from someone else, how to create a buckle for your ribbon so that you can tidy it up and actually get the chaos controlled in your ribbon stash by simply just making a little buckle just like this to tidy up your ribbon. So guess what? I want to drop you down onto my desk. I'm going to share right now how to create all of these different buckles for wide ribbon, medium-sized ribbon, medium ribbon, and small ribbon. And we're talking about not only the spools, but also the size of the ribbons. And if that wasn't enough, I have this additional little hack on how to create a little cap for your twine. So are you as excited as I am? Let me drop you down onto my desk and let's get started. Clearly you can tell I am outgrowing this tiny little bin that I got for storing all of my ribbon and even my cord and twine. And it is a hot mess. Like, I literally try to go in here and tidy this up every now and then it just gets crazy. So I'm gonna walk you through how to take these larger spools and create a fabulous, quick and easy little buckle. We're going to take what I would consider a medium spool, and we're talking the width when we're looking at the actual spools. So I'm gonna consider this like a medium. This is gonna be like a large. And then we have the small spools that we're going to deal with. And then I also wanted to show you, what do you do when they are tiny? Like the ribbon is tiny, but the spool is kind of like on the small side. I'm going to share with you how to do that. And then lastly, we are going to take the cord or the twine or anything that comes in a spool like size, and we're going to create a fun little cap for that. I want to start with the smaller one because this one is really cool how we are going to get this fed through. So we're taking a 1/2 inch by 5.5 inch piece of basic white thick cardstock, and it's important that you use the thick cardstock for this. And what we're going to do is we're going to feed this through just like this, okay? And you're going to just kind of pinch it and crease it, and then we're going to fold this over just like that. And then we're going to take our snips, bring that in there just like that, and we're just going to trim that piece off. And now we're going to take our pencil, and we are only going to do a dot right here in the center, just like that. And then we're going to take the 1/8 inch punch. Oh my gosh, I love these. So these are the hole punch assortments. They're out of stock right now, but you can go onto my website and be notified now by email when these become available again. And it's a new feature that's on my website. Oh my gosh, I love the technology updates that Stampin' Up! Are doing just to make our lives easier when it comes to our crafting supplies. So I want to show you how to unlock these. This is what they look like. Oh my gosh, they are the sweetest little punches. And you're going to just take this little piece right here and push it towards you, and it will release. So do you see that? You're going to push it to the right when you want to lock it, push it to the left to release it. We're going to turn it upside down, and we're going to feed this right in where we can see the dot that I made. Do you see that right there? And then we're just going to punch that, just like that. Look at that, isn't that so cute? Okay, so now we're going to feed this back through, and guess what? You don't have to use a bone folder for those creases. Just pinch them with your finger. That's it. That's how simple this process is, which you gotta love it. Simple, quick, easy, simple tools, and not a lot of pieces to do this. So now we're gonna take the mono liquid green glue, as I call it. We're gonna put a dot right there, and then we're gonna put a dot right there on the other side. Maybe a smidge, maybe a smudge. You get the point. And then we are going to just hold these two pieces in place, just like that. Just make sure that it sets and that it doesn't stick to your actual spool and that it can be moved, just like that. And now let's just get this and find the beginning, and you can see that I've really got this to unwind. So let's just do this. We're gonna just help it a little bit along. There we go. And guess what? We are now going to feed this backwards. This is the key to getting this to stay inside when you don't want it to be unraveled. So we're going to thread this right through the hole backwards, just like this. And if you have to, you can bunch it up and feed it through better, because it's a nice small hole, which is great. And then we're gonna just keep pushing that through, just like so. And voila, I'm gonna just pull that down just like that. And now look at this, when you want this to be nicely secured in here, look at that. That's all you gotta do, just go backwards. Isn't that fabulous? Okay, that's the small one. Now let's go to the medium one. Change of plans. We're gonna go to the smaller one. So we're gonna take the same size piece of extra thick basic white cardstock, which is 1/2 inch by 5.5 inches. And we're gonna do exactly the same thing that we did last time, only this time we're going to mark where we want this cut in a line instead of a hole. And again, you're gonna just take your snips, trim that little piece off, okay? And then we're going to take our pencil now, go in the center, and we want a nice little line. Just make sure that you don't come too far past that area, otherwise it'll be a little bit too big. And we're gonna, whoops, we gotta unlock this, right? So this is the thin line. I love this one. Again, unlock it, and then just come in here and just make sure that you are not punching it too far out. We got it right in there. It's going to be a little bit wider, but guess what? It'll be fine, because for this small spool, more narrow spool of ribbon, and I guess I should say the ribbon spool, right? Again, just put your little dot of glue right there, kind of secure that and hold it. Again, I didn't necessarily crease this in front of you, but you get the gist of that, right? You're just making sure that you have that area creased, just like so. And now we're gonna go backwards and feed this right through, just like that. So quick and easy. You can pull it taut, and if it gets twisted in there, just untwist it like that, and then look at that. I mean, this is just, it's like the magical thing. It's a great little buckle. Isn't that perfect? Okay, now let's do a medium one. So here's a more medium one, and guess what? This one is on Last Chance. It is the glitter ribbon. It's on Last Chance. So as you're watching this video, I would encourage you to go check out the Last Chance section of my website. I will absolutely link it in the comments below for you so you can see what is available. Again, we're taking the same size. It's 5.5 inches long, and it is 1/2 inch wide, extra thick. We are gonna just trim that off just like that. And then before we make our little glue dots on here, we want to, again, draw that line on here with our pencil. This time it's going to be a little bit wider, and you're following the width of your ribbon, just like that, okay? So we're going to pull that off, grab our punch, come in here. This one is actually going to be the perfect size, so make sure that you line it up top to bottom. Pull that over if you need to. There we go. Weed that through just like so. Grab your little glue dots or your liquid glue so that you can create your little glue dots on there. Again, just hold it. Crease that if you need to. Still, if it didn't get creased the way you like it. And then here we go. Here's the magic. You're just feeding it right through there. And if you need to help it with your other finger, absolutely just pull that through just like that. Get it nice and taut, and then you're going to go to the right, and I made that maybe a little too tight because it is really tight in there. You can see that. So let's, especially this kind of pretty prettier gold ribbon, you're going to maybe need to help that just because it's got those little bumps in it from the gold. So this one's going to stay in place a lot better because of all of these beautiful little accent pieces on here. So all you're going to do is just help it go to the right, and there you go. So now let's do a wide ribbon. For the wide ribbon spool, this is 8.5 inches by 1/2 inch, and you need that in order to get this all the way around. Now, granted, the mark that we're going to make on this is not going to be very wide because look at how thin or narrow our ribbon is. So we are going to just kind of eyeball this, just like this. We're going to just make a nice little mark right there in the center. Take our snips, trim that piece off just like that. Bring this out. Let's help this a little bit more since it's so much wider. And we're going to just pinch all of those areas to crease it. And then we're going to take our fabulous line punch, line that up just like so. And then we're going to feed this right back through just like we did. Get that lined up just like that. Might want to help it a little bit just because it is so much wider. And then again, let's get our dot of glue. Let's see, we want a dot of glue on this side and then a dot of glue on this side. That's kind of important, right? And then let's match that up just like that. Whoops. Help it if you need to. Oh, I love this. And I love this ribbon. I think this ribbon is also part of Last Chance. So absolutely check it out. It's the pool party. And oh my gosh, it is just the sweetest ribbon. Love these little snowballs that are on the end. And again, you might need to help that through since it is really, really tight. But the great thing is that is not going to stay unraveled for long because this little buckle is so perfect for this size. Just like that. Oh my goodness. I love that. Nice and tidy. Okay, now I'm gonna show you what happens when you have a thick spool and a thick ribbon. So this is my thicker ribbon, and we're taking an 8.5 by 1/2 piece of extra thick basic white cardstock, and we're gonna feed this through just like this. Again, crease it where you want it. Get those snips out. We are going to snip this. And now what we're going to do with our pencil is we're going to make our mark. Again, making sure that you're matching up the length of that ribbon. And our hole punch isn't long enough. So this is a great little trick. So you're going to punch the first one, right? And then you're going to line that back up. Do you see that right there? How that, whoops, let's do that. So there's the first one that I made, and you see that it's not long enough. So now we're going to feed this back through. We're going to find the end right there, line it up with the punch that we already made. Hopefully you can see that. And now look, we extended that. Isn't that brilliant? So now we're going to just feed this through just like this, wrap it around. Do a little dot of glue right there and a little dot right there. And voila, we have a buckle for a wider ribbon. And again, we're just gonna feed it through the back way, just like that. And if you gotta help it through, like I do, because that ribbon has frayed a little bit, that is okay. And now look at that. Look at that, isn't that just so beautiful? It's got a perfect little buckle now. That's going to keep that little guy in place. Love that. Okay, now let's talk about our spools of twine. That's next. I'm going to show you how to make this adorable little cap that just twists in place, and you can pull it off when you need to, or you can leave it on and pull out the thread as you need it. So let's do that next. Last one, I'm going to make a little cap for this spool, and this happens to be the gold twisted thread But you can do this on any of the spools that you have. So we're going to take this little guy. We are going to wrap it around just like so. And we're going to find the end on this, just like that. And then on the opposite side, we are going to take our pencil now. Just make sure that you get that nice and tight. And it's okay, once we get the glue on here, it will stay in place. But we're just kind of breaking down the fibers of this extra thick cardstock, the basic white, extra thick. Okay, so there is the seam is on that side. I'm going to take my pencil now, and we are going to put a dot right here, right in the center, okay? And now we're going to take that 1/8 of an inch punch, just like that. And then let's get this, and of course it's going to unravel, right? Because that's what it wants to do. It's going to unravel. So we are going to feed this through just as carefully as we possibly can. It's not always that easy to do, right? And then let's just get this kind of going to help us. We are now going to glue this in place by just turning this around. And we want the dot of glue on this side. And just be careful because this is a lot more narrow, right? And it can get really messy. Ask me how I know. And we're going to just twist this together just like that. Again, hold that in place for a few seconds just so that the glue can kind of start to set and cure. But you can see the cap comes off really loosely, which is great. And now watch this. This is brilliant. You're going to just twist it backwards. And look at that. It goes right back into place. And when you're ready to use this, you can simply just take the cap off, use it, and again, feed it through when you're done. And then there you go. You've got this fabulous little cap. Isn't that brilliant? I love how organized my ribbon is. And I think you'll agree, I've got quite a bit of room in here to put more spools in. And I just love how organized and tidy these are and how I'll be able to quickly access them when I want them. I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned a few tricks and tips along the way, and I'd love to know what was your favorite.
I'm on my website and I want to quickly show you how you can find a product and have that item sent to your email when it becomes available. So what you're going to want to do is come over to the search area. Once you've logged in and you say that you're shopping with me, come over to the search area and we're going to type in hole punch. And let's see what comes up. Oh, and of course it would help if I actually spelled it correctly. And here, my cheaters are literally sitting on my head. And so here it is. It's this one right here. And it says that it's currently unavailable. So you're going to click on this and it is going to pop up this really awesome little box. And you want to have it email you when it becomes available. So you want to click on that by signing up for this notification. You agree to receive an email. And it says notify me. So you're going to click on that notify me. And actually, let's just type in my email because I want to show you what happens when you do this. You're going to actually get a notification in your email. So I'm going to click notify me. And now it says you are all set. We will email Holly Veselnik@gmail.com as soon as it's back in stock. And then if you come over to your emails, you will see somewhere in here, you'll actually get a notification from Stampin' Up! Once it acknowledges that you had an email. So I'm pretty sure it's over here in your primary. Ah, there it is right there. See? So look, and it's saying right there, notify me, you're on the list. So isn't that so cool? I thought that was really helpful and wanted to make sure that you knew how to do that. And then I also want to show you, if you go down here to specials, you can go to last chance products And here you can see all of the items that are in Last Chance, and there are a ton of ribbons that are in Last Chance. If you keep scrolling, you can also go to the ribbons area and see all the ribbons, but here's that petal pink, the scallop one that's on Last Chance. And if you just keep scrolling through, you're going to see a ton of products that have been discounted and are in Last Chance. Here's that really cherry cobbler. That's really pretty and it's got low inventory. Here's that shaded spruce. Again, a great price and it's in Last Chance. So if you want to stock up on ribbons, oh, and look at the natural tone linen threads. Those are also in Last Chance. Now you have some really great ways that you know how to tidy them up and keep them organized in your stash. There you go. There's the iridescent. A faster way to do this, though, is you can actually type in ribbon and it will pop up all the ribbon that's available, including the ribbon that is in Last Chance. So anything that has Last Chance next to it, you will see that noted in the description. Great prices on some of these ribbons. There's that beautiful Night of Navy and Gold that I showed you. And anyway, I hope that was helpful.